Begin with breaking news. Immigration raids across Los Angeles today. Federal agents in riot gear facing off with protesters as they detain people at businesses in downtown LA and the Westlake District. Now, those raids leading to this protest in downtown LA. SkyCal is live over, as you can see, a large crowd marching through the streets and on the ground. KCAL News reporter Jeff Nguyen, he joins us live, setting the scene for us, and he has new information on just how many people were taken into custody today. Jeff.
That's right, Pat. So we are overlooking the 101 freeway right now. This is Alameda, and as we look right down that way, that is San Pedro, and you can see that the CHP has blocked off the ramp there to make sure that people do not get onto the freeway, which is something that we have seen during past demonstrations. Right now, as Ari pans to the left, you can see there are just hundreds of people marching here on Aliso right by Alameda. And the reason that they are here is because this is the federal detention center. Ari's going to tilt his camera up to some of the windows over there because earlier, in fact, right there, Ari, you can see some people inside the detention center through their windows. They have been banging on the windows. We can actually hear them banging on the windows down here. On top of that, you can also see them using flashlights as Ari tilts down, and you can see all of these folks, hundreds of them marching through downtown LA. Right behind that flatbed truck. We should tell you tonight, a Homeland Security spokesperson says that ICE officers and other law enforcement agencies executed 4 federal search warrants at 3 locations around downtown LA today. About 45 people have been arrested. In the meantime, LA City Hall is not happy with the federal government over what has happened today.
Stay on the sidewalk. Stay on the sidewalk.
Federal agents were met by dozens of demonstrators in the Fashion District Friday afternoon. Activists advised people to get onto the sidewalk and not get physical with the officers. Then tear gas canisters were used to disperse the crowd. Our team got hit with the suffocating and blinding chemicals that allowed agents to get through this gate of this clothing distributor. Katia Garcia tried to peer through the glass door on the other side of the building to get a glimpse of her father and uncle. Our camera could see a number of FBI agents inside.
Devastated and heartbroken.
The 18-year-old is concerned because her dad and uncle are undocumented.
It was unexpected. We didn't know nothing. Like, they just called us. Like, I was at school and they called us and I had to come over here for my dad.
A spokesperson for Homeland Security Investigations, a branch of ICE, said federal agents in downtown Los Angeles were executing search warrants related to the harboring of people illegally in the country. On Friday morning, a day laborer captured video of an ICE operation in the Westlake District outside a Home Depot. The witness says he saw a number of his friends being led away in cuffs.
Proud to serve and protect ICE.
There was a third operation at the offices of the clothing distributor. LA Mayor Karen Bass says, "I am deeply angered by what has taken place. These tactics sow terror in our communities." Agents were able to leave the clothing business with a number of people, but it's unclear how many. Janeth Garcia's dad works here.
We just don't understand why all this is happening. He's not a criminal. All he does is work and come home. He's a great guy.
Agents used a series of flashbangs as they drove away while the crowd surrounded their vehicles. And back here live, this crowd has really multiplied over the last couple of hours. I'm guessing a lot of that is because of social media. The word is really getting out about this demonstration. As you can see, people surrounding the federal detention center. And as I stand right now, I can actually hear some of the people inside banging on the windows from where I am. We should tell you that during the federal government's operations throughout the day, a number of activists have shown up to these locations. They got on loudspeakers, and their goal was to remind people who may be detained that they have a right to stay silent as well as the ability to get a lawyer. But again, the Department of Homeland Security says about 45 people have been detained. At this point, they are not saying where those people are being processed. We will stay on top of this for you, and if anything changes, we will be sure to check in. For now, reporting live in downtown Los Angeles, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL News.
All right, thank you so much for that reporting, Jeff Nguyen. He is at the Federal Detention Center there. Now, members of the LA Rapid Response Network, including Cherla and SEIU, denounced the raids in just the last couple of hours.
They were racially profiling our community. So I want you to know, and I want this president to know, and I want every elected official in this country to know, being brown, being black, being Asian, looking like an immigrant does not make you criminal.
And LA Police Chief Jim McDonnell sent us a statement on the raid saying, quote, "I want to make it clear the LAPD is not involved in civil immigration enforcement. While the LAPD will continue to have a visible presence in all of our communities to ensure public safety, we will not assist or participate in any sort of mass deportations, nor will the LAPD try to determine an individual's immigration status." Well, let's bring in KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. Now, Mike, once these people are detained, they are taken to a facility in downtown LA where Jeff Nguyen was.
Yeah.
And some advocates say that the conditions there are inhumane.
Yeah, and you know, Pat, we caught up with an immigration attorney last night before these arrests even happened, already prompting concerns about what is going on inside of the Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown Los Angeles. Now, she says her client got a text message for him and his family to show up to have an appointment with ICE. She said that's unusual. They have scheduled appointments. They don't usually receive a text message. And when they got there, she quickly learned something was wrong and that her client was going to be detained by ICE. She says she has spoken with her client and she has great concerns about the conditions inside that facility.
About 25, 30 people in each pod. There's some benches. The vast majority of them are sitting and sleeping on the concrete. It's really cold. They're not being given blankets. Some of them don't even have sweaters. And the AC was really high.
She says in addition to the lights turn off at 5 o'clock. She says there are no windows inside of the areas they're being held. She says her client and the other people being detained there are only given a juice box and some crackers each day for food. These are photos shared by an advocacy group who says there are about 200 people, now more than that after today's actions, but about 200 people as of yesterday that are being held in this facility, and they don't all have orders for deportation, including the woman that we spoke with. That attorney says her client actually has a stay by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. She says she asked immigration officials, if my client is not legally allowed to be deported, why did you detain him?
Because they can't. That was literally the reason they gave me. He has no criminal record. He's not, you know, a dangerous person.
Pat, the Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown is a very long-standing federal detention center, and it is used for all kinds of different types of people that are being detained, from murderers on federal charges and to other types of federal charges. It is not just exclusively for immigration issues that are for people being held there. So the facility is already in use prior to this, and now certainly seeing an influx of people, and that advocacy group calls what's going on inside of those walls inhumane. Certainly today's actions drawing a lot more attention to that.
And certainly nothing is going to happen over the weekend.
Right.
They will likely still be there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pat, I want to point out, we also did reach out to immigration officials about the concerns inside that facility. They did not respond to us. Okay, well, I know you're going to stay on top of it. We certainly will too, and we will keep you updated on these raids, the protests, and what happens next here on KCAL News and on KCALnews.com.